What's up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. If you're an 18-year-old in Taiwan, you can get married, stand trial as an adult, and be called up to serve in the military, but you cannot vote. But that could soon change. Next month, lowering the voting age from 20 to 18 will be put to a public vote, and President Kinmen has come out to back the change, as Rick Loward now reports.
Youth representatives from the ruling party campaigning to lower the voting age in Taiwan get a boost from the country's president. In a referendum just weeks away, Taiwan will decide whether to change its constitution and give 18-year-olds the right to vote.
我要拜托所有的选民，特别是第一次投票的首投族。第二个拜托交朋友，最后一个拜托就是回家投下正确的一票。
Taiwan is often heralded as the freest democracy in Asia, but it has one of the world's highest voting ages. Citizens must be at least 20 years old to elect representatives to public office. Though, since 2017, 18-year-olds have been allowed to vote in referendums.
很可惜的是，大部分义务我们都定在18岁，权利我们都定在20岁。这造成台湾不只是法规的混乱，也造成台湾年轻人的权利义务不相等。
In a country where political issues have long been divided along party lines, lowering the voting age has rare bipartisan support, the main opposition party, the Kuomintang or KMT, issuing a similar call to the president.
号召年轻人来进行这一系列的接奖活动。那除了是希望大家可以支持18岁公民权之外呢，同时也是要呼吁大家能够返乡投票。
It is now a numbers game to reach the threshold for the referendum to pass. Constitutional amendments by referendum require 50% of the electorate to vote in favour of the change. A recent poll shows only 46% of voters are in favour.
就是离我们最后的门槛就差个4点多个百分点，也就是81万将近100万票。
The government has even put up videos on social media to sway voters to support the change.
他们在乎的比我们想象的更多，请让他们有机会发声。
Ultimately, whether Taiwan's youth are given the opportunity to have a greater political voice will rely on the support of their elders, who already have full voting rights. Ricky and Rick Loward for TaiwanPlus.
As the referendum on lowering the voting age, as well as the 9/1 local elections, are just a month away, Taiwan's Epidemic Response Task Force said on Thursday it may shorten quarantine requirements for COVID-19 patients. The comment comes amid concern that people isolating with the coronavirus will be unable to vote. Authorities earlier said Taiwan's election laws do not allow special arrangements for people in quarantine to vote, such as voting by mail or at designated times or places. People who test positive for the coronavirus in Taiwan are required to isolate for 7 days. Because of these rules, politicians and civic groups have warned that hundreds of thousands of people could miss out on voting on the November 26th election day. Taiwan has pledged an additional aid package worth $56 million to Ukraine. It was announced at a friendship reception for Ukraine in Taiwan's capital city of Taipei. Bing Wan was there.
Here at the Taipei Guest House, the Taiwan Foreign Ministry is hosting a friendship reception for Ukrainian lawmakers. The two countries have grown closer ever since the Russian invasion of Ukraine earlier this year. Taiwanese people have turned out in large numbers to support Ukraine in their war with Russia. And the government here added its voice to the global condemnation of Moscow. The Taiwanese people raised nearly $33 million for Ukraine relief efforts. And at the reception, Foreign Minister Joseph Wu made another pledge.
That the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has already come up with a budget approved by our cabinet at an amount of around $56 million. It's going to be used to continue to provide support to Ukraine.
While Taiwan has provided material assistance, Ukrainian lawmaker Kira Rudik says her country also appreciates the moral support.
I would like to start with the huge gratefulness and love from people of Ukraine. It is so amazing that people literally from the other side of the world feel your pain and feel your fight and feel your struggle and support you with that. We do appreciate it and we will never forget this.
Her sentiments were echoed by other Ukrainian officials.
Taiwanese people are our spiritual brothers and sisters, and we are really very thankful to your people for helping us, because we really feel this support.
Hopko also said Taiwan can learn from Ukraine in case of an attack by China.
And for Taiwanese friends, I would say you have to learn from Ukraine how to build territorial defense system when everyone knows how to defend. Also how to counter Russian disinformation, not to allow Russian to use toxic propaganda.
Much like Ukraine, Taiwan has its own much larger and aggressive neighbor on its own, intent on destroying its way of life. And through this reception, they hope to build stronger and longer-lasting ties with Ukraine. James Rayner and Bing Wong in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan opened its first automotive safety testing center on Thursday with a crash test of a domestically made Toyota. The vehicle selected was a Corolla Cross, the SUV model of the world's best-selling car of 2021. The center has been designed to conduct a broad range of safety tests on up to 8 car models per year. With the new facility, Taiwan will no longer have to rely on overseas testing to certify vehicles, and they will cut down on costs and ease communication with manufacturers about any problems they find. The Kinmen Bridge will finally open to traffic on October 30th, a decade after construction began. The 5.4-kilometer-long project is the country's longest cross-sea bridge. It connects the outlying islands of Kinmen and Liaoyu just off the coast of mainland China. Construction began in 2012 but ran into several delays. Authorities carried out inspections on Monday with several final adjustments for the bridge. They're expected to be completed by Friday. The Taipei Zoo has asked for experts from China to be allowed to come to Taiwan to help treat giant panda Tuan, whose condition has seriously worsened. The zoo has placed the 18-year-old panda in palliative care after MRI scans show lesions in his brain have expanded. This suggests a higher chance of a malignant brain tumor. Tuan appeared to be improving after treatment in August, but his condition got worse earlier this month. The panda is getting medication to ease his symptoms, and caretakers are giving him more of his favorite food to boost his appetite. An elementary school in Taipei is opening a museum on its grounds to house a famous work by a groundbreaking former student. Yu Jinhuang has the story.
Taiping Elementary School has owned this sculpture for over 100 years. It was carved by Huang Tushui, the first Taiwanese student to study art in Tokyo when Taiwan was ruled by Japan. Huang gave the sculpture, called Hisako, or a young girl, to his former elementary school in 1920. He hoped it would inspire other children like him. Now, a century later, the sculpture is getting its own museum. 3 entrepreneurs who are former students have given money to the school to house the work.
不只说由太平国小来保存，我们希望呢，让整个台北市的所有的市民，甚至呢，全世界来看到我们台湾的艺术。
And the sculpture is not the only piece that will go on display. A team from the National Culture and Arts Foundation has begun to sort out Taiping Elementary School's whole collection. They are also curating the school's grounds, indoors and out.
像我们的设计里面，一方面它很开放，就是说它会让在校园里面或者来参观的人，他会同时看到少女，也可以看到稻穗，好，也可以听到读书声，可以跟整个环境融合。
The campus museum represents a milestone in preserving cultural heritage, offering a connection to history that goes beyond placing the work in an art museum. The school expects to open up to visitors from the second half of 2023. Klein Wang and Yu Jinhuang for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we leave you with some nighttime images of famous sights in the Italian city of Milan. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.